Hi, friends. I'm so glad to share a kid's book about mindfulness with you today. This was a very fun project to work on, but most of all, it's been particularly fun to share it with others. So thanks for being here. For Rupert Spira. Your support for me and the work of Peace in Schools has been invaluable. Thank you for all that you give and for your precise and loving articulation of truth. Intro. We are human beings. Homo sapiens. Homo means human. Sapiens means wise. In the modern world, with its endless distractions, we easily forget our roots. We're habituated to turn the attention outward most, if not all, of the time. For millennia, indigenous cultures across the planet have nurtured ways to know our inherent wisdom. Globally, our ancestors have discovered how to be mindful, to awaken, to love, to value and integrate difference, to be just, and to honor the land. Today, modern science is validating the wisdom that humans throughout time have discovered on the inside. This book is an invitation to discover, to reconnect with, and to remember the heart of our being, the heart of all beings. This book reminds us that all being is shared being. To know this is peace. To live this is love. Who are you? Have you ever asked yourself that question? You might answer by saying, I am tall. I am from New York. Or how would you answer? But is that who you are? Or are those just descriptions? You might also answer by saying, I like dancing. I don't like trying new foods. Or how would you answer? But is that who you are? Or are those just likes and dislikes? You might even answer by saying, I am the best at soccer. Or I'm the worst at math. Or how would you answer? But is that who you are? Or are those just your thoughts? You are not your thoughts. You are not your likes and dislikes. You are not the things you worry about or even the things you believe. So, if you're not those things, who are you? Did you know that there's something that can help you discover who you are? It's called mindfulness. Mindfulness is something you can practice anytime, anywhere. Mindfulness is a way of being here, right now. Mindfulness brings you to what's real and true. It brings you to who you already are. It brings you here. It brings you now. Some people think mindfulness is about getting rid of thoughts, which would actually be impossible because you have thousands and thousands of thoughts every day. About always being calm, which would get really boring after a while because you'd miss out on getting excited or laughing your head off or letting yourself be really sad because it's been a hard day. About fixing yourself to be perfect, which wouldn't even make sense because perfect means something different to everyone anyway. Some people think mindfulness is only for certain people. It's actually for anyone and everyone. Mindfulness is a practice of remembering. So what are we actually remembering? Who we truly are. As we practice mindfulness, we might feel less anxious, sleep better, feel happier, be more at ease. Those are cool perks. And there's even more that's possible. Like finding out what is real and true about life, and finding out what is real and true about yourself. So how do we practice mindfulness? First, we begin by learning something really awesome. You can put your attention where you want it to be. Have you ever heard an adult say, "Pay attention"? Did they say it in a nice way? Did they even tell you how to do it? Being mindful, it's not a drag, it's not a chore. Think about how you pay attention to something you love. Paying attention mindfully can be like that. It can be like paying attention to a puppy or a friend or... What do you love? Mindfulness is about putting your attention where you want it, instead of feeling out of control or like your thoughts are the boss of you. And there's an extra bonus. There's no judging, no grades, just kindness. Isn't that a relief? You can't do this wrong. And an extra super duper bonus. As we keep our attention here and now, we remember what's real and true. You can be with whatever is. You can be with anger, you can be with excitement, you can be with sadness, you can be with joy. You are like the space of a cup that can hold whatever gets poured in. But if your attention's on yesterday, you might forget. And if your attention's on tomorrow, you might forget. That's not bad or wrong. Just know that you've got options. You can mindfully bring your attention back here and now. And then sprinkle it with kindness, just because you can. And because kindness is what's real. And because meanness doesn't help anyone or anything ever. So, what are you noticing in your mind about this right now? I'm already talking to a natural. You. Young people are naturals at being in the moment, living in the now, which is really rad because the only thing that's actually real is now. Is there actually anything other than now? Have you actually left now to go to the past? Have you ever been in a real time machine? Have you ever traveled to this thing we call the future? How would you even do that? It's always now. Have you ever noticed adults often get stuck thinking about the future or the past, wanting it to be a certain way, worried about what will happen tomorrow, or regretting something that happened a long time ago? It can be so normal that we forget the whole thing, that always feeling bad about past and future is optional. It's easy to forget that the adults around you used to be young, that they perhaps might have lived in the now with more ease. Sometimes in the whole growing up thing, we feel like we need to put on masks. Not COVID masks, but like theatrical masks. You know, we start pretending. Have you ever felt like this? Have you ever felt like you couldn't be yourself, or like you had to act a certain way to make somebody else happy, or that you had to hide your feelings? What is up with that? Sometimes we're afraid to be ourselves. We try to change ourselves. We try to be different than we are. But actually, the safest place to be is ourselves. Not the self who is tall, is afraid of trying new things, gets worried about the future, gets stuck noodling the past, tries to impress others, but the really big experience that you know in your bones. The one that mindfulness can help you remember. The experience of being just as you are. Of remembering that you are more than your thoughts. You are whole. You are unbreakable. You are loved, worthy, enough, expansive, authentic, inherently accepting, naturally allowing, unborn, undying, infinite. What you are is so much bigger than any thought, any mask, any belief, any fear, anything. When you know who you are, you tend to feel confident, unstoppable, grounded, at ease, but not because you've aced a test or made your parents happy or said the right answer or made a good joke. Mindfulness helps you get in touch with something deeper than that. When you are alone, when no one is watching, when you aren't comparing yourself to anyone else. Who do you like to be? Who are you when you know you are happy? Even though hard things will happen, it helps to remember that you might feel sadness or hurt or anger about that hard thing, but you are not that hard thing. You aren't that sadness. You aren't that hurt. You aren't that anger. Sadness is actually happening in you. Hurt rises up in you. Anger passes through you. Imagine the open sky. There might be fluffy clouds, there might be storm clouds, there might be birds or lightning or planes. They all pass through the same open sky. Whatever passes through the sky, does it change the sky? No, the sky is always here. It doesn't change. You are like that. When you forget who you are, when you think you're your thoughts, when you feel stuck or you put on a mask or you feel overwhelmed, what can help you remember now? Another way to talk about being here and now is presence. What can help you remember presence? What can help you remember you? How about the breath? What's so awesome about the breath? Well, it's always here and now. And the good news, if it weren't, it'd be because you're dead. So give it a go. Try it now. Breathe. Can you feel your breath coming in and out of your nose, or your belly, or your chest? Try counting each breath and see if you can get up to 10. Once you're at 10, start again at 1. Try this for a minute and see how you feel. Just counting at the end of each exhalation. The mind wanders off Just bring it back to your counting. What did you notice? Enjoy the breath. Be here now and remember who you are. Because this is the safe place. When the world feels unkind or overwhelming or unfair, when you get stuck or stressed or scared, you can always return to this safe space. How is that possible? Because this safe space is you. Anxiety, sadness, anger, or fear can arise in you. Anything can arise in you. Everything arises in you, and all of it's okay. You are the open, aware space that has room for all of it. You are the empty cup. You are the sky. You are yourself. You are presence. Outro. Happiness is the very nature of our being. Mindfulness can help us discover that. It can help us remember. It's easy to feel lost in a world that doesn't highlight who we truly are. In our confusion about who we are, we tend to struggle. Our confusion leads to disharmony. Young people deserve to be supported in exploring their inner landscape, as do adults. Hopefully, this book plants a seed of awakening in such a way that children and adults can share a direct experience of reality. Our youth deserve to be supported in knowing reality, as do grown-ups. We can assist our children in discovering who they are when we embark on that discovery for ourselves. Mindfulness isn't woo-woo, neither is it an escape. We all long to be happy. Through this journey, we can cultivate greater harmony, not only within ourselves, but with each other and in the world. Our happiness and our freedom become possible through such exploration. May your journey be a rich and fulfilling discovery. May you know yourself as the peace and happiness you long for. Find more kids' books about bullying, disabilities, empathy, creativity, racism, shame, adventure, belonging, failure, money, and anxiety. A kids' book about.com. Friends, thank you. Thanks for sharing this book with me. I hope if you enjoyed it, you'll get a copy, share it with friends, color in it, whatever brings you joy. Thank you. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for being.